That was perfect. It even just reset. Okay, so people can hear us. Like, we're all chatting. Oh, also, if you're watching, I gotta open up the little Restream. There's a Restream chat app that puts all of the different things in the same one, all the different comments. It's quite handy.
Cool.
So, let's see. Right now we got one person's watching us on Facebook. They're so nice.
Hey.
But hey. Hi guys.
Baby steps.
I know. It's the middle of nowhere. Oh, hey, there's 3. See, that's the whole point of doing like a little warm up beforehand. Give people time to hang out.
Right. Believe in your ability to make all this work together.
I know. My poor computer is freaking out right now.
Like, I am not, like, I'm a low-level social media sort of person. So, like, I'm like, you're supposed to use hashtags. I know you're supposed to use hashtags.
Right. Yeah, I just hired someone for marketing.
Ooh, cool.
And she's like, where's our hashtag bank? And I'm like, yeah, that hashtag bank that I use really frequently. So, it's Daryl Andrews. That's who's watching us.
Yeah. Oh, I miss you. Oh my gosh. Oh.
Daryl.
Gosh, that's why it's like, the summer's been good. All things considered, happy, healthy, safe, but dang, I miss my people. So
for sure.
Yeah. So Flurry sends her love to little Lincoln.
Oh, and Hilco's watching. Hey.
Oh, Hilco. Hey, what's up, Hilco?
Kathleen, you are not low level anything, Daryl says.
Oh. Well, it just depends on what.
For real, right?
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun.
So I love that this little thing. So I don't know. Can you see it? I should probably drop it into the Discord also.
I'm only looking at the Zoom window, so if I should be looking. See, look, if you look like this, look at my window.
I'm so not looking at you right now.
Right? No, like, because I've got the reflection of you in my glasses. Rachel?
All you can see is me. I mean, that's
Rachel.
Pretty awesome.
Right? There's a reason why I'm looking very mysterious also. I'm not just,
Gosh, this is going to be great.
wearing sunglasses inside to be cool.
Okay.
I mean, obviously.
So I'm going to send, let's see, I'm going to pop open the YouTube link of this.
The YouTubes. Oh my god.
We're so on the YouTubes.
That's like a thing. Wait, look. I'm ready for TikTok now, too.
Oh.
Just say it. Wait.
The things that
heard it.
everybody is missing right now because they can't see you and I can.
Oh, dang it. Really? Oh, man.
I know.
Well, too bad, because y'all could be getting a really good view of one of Morgan's game
the things
shows.
that everybody is missing right now because they...
No, I'm in his...
I'm going to share this to you. You could probably throw it up on your phone or something to actually see what people are saying. But I'm going to go ahead and send this over to you.
All right, great.
Probably throw it over through Facebook. There you go, my darling. Okay. And then I'm going to put it into... Oh, crap. I forgot I closed out Discord.
Oh, I see the chat now. The Facebook chat. Is that what you want me to look at?
You can do either one. Facebook chat or YouTube. That's what everybody is seeing right now.
Everyone's seeing YouTube?
Everybody's seeing the exact same thing across 3 platforms.
Oh, okay.
We're on Twitch.
Oh, hey, Allison's on here too. What am I watching here? Hilco says that is a fair, fine question.
That is true. We don't know.
Well, I think. So I helped design the treasure hunt.
Yes. Okay. So we're let me get over to my little streamy thing.
I'm just so excited to talk about.
Oh gosh, I know. I could just sit here and just do random stuff. Oh, and Simon's here from Sweden. Oh, this is so exciting.
Hey. That's Swedish. I'm not just saying hey in American. I'm saying hey in Swedish.
It on the virtual map. He is our first international point on the map.
Cool.
Okay.
What international map if you don't know, you're going to have to figure it out.
Yeah, we'll have to talk about that here shortly. Okay, I'm closing out of that. I am now going to pop over... Gosh, so many things. All right. I think I finally... Oh, that's what I was going to do. I was going to shut off this so that it's not trying to do two things at once. Okay.
Meanwhile, I'm just sitting here bouncing in my chair.
I know. I really need to get you live. It's unfortunate right now.
It's fine. You know what? I think we're all... This is the summer of doing the best you can. You know what I mean?
all I can do.
Like, if anybody feels like they're living their optimal human life, please give me suggestions.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm now going to click the little button that makes us so we're both on camera. Are you decent?
Yeah. No. But I'm clothed.
Awesome. All right. So, hey guys. I apparently got something in my eye the second that happened.
Hey guys.
Hey guys. This is the Unexpected Treasure Hunt 2020 live stream. Hashtag. Yeah, we're hashtagging this. Absolutely. Oh, I need to pull up my chat again. Okay. This is an exciting day. Okay, so we've got Daryl here. We've got Allison. We've got Hilko. We've got Simon. We got, what, 10? Yes. Hi, Nebraska and Kathleen.
I think there's like 700 people also. The numbers are lying.
I mean, so I know. This is actually all lies. There's like hundreds of people watching right now.
Breaking the internet.
I mean, if I look like this, hundreds of people should probably watch because
right.
You need
I put on black
like
lipstick.
Okay, so let's talk about what the heck this is because Hilko doesn't know, and I need to explain. So the Unexpected Treasure Hunt 2020 is something that we launched yesterday. 524 was just kind of looking for some great things to do to keep everybody busy and connected over this period of time, and I reached out to Kathleen and I said I wanted to do a treasure hunt. And treasure hunt to me I thought of Ready Player One and other online scavenger hunts, and then when I reached out to her, she told me that she had just finished assigning basically a treasure hunt concept or online scavenger hunt to her game design class as their final project. So she had already been doing research without realizing that I was going to bother her.
For the exact, because when I'm a teacher and when we suddenly had to go to distance learning, I wanted to, I had to, to teach kids where they're at, not necessarily where I wanted them to be. If we weren't in the classroom where they could collaborate face to face, I wanted them to feel connected to each other. I wanted them to feel connected to the world. And I wanted to use games and fun as a way to keep them engaged and have them a fun problem solving challenge. So they actually had to create basically an online scavenger hunt using all of the virtual tours and all these resources that just started popping up when the world went into quarantine. And so, but also too in terms of how I could have kids create puzzles for each other. So I started using a lot of Mike Selinger's work with Lone Shark. They've got amazing books on puzzle craft and stuff like that. So I I also teach cryptology and all kinds of other puzzly stuff. When we do the espionage unit that I do with students, because we're not. And so so I'd already been working on looking at puzzles as they relate to game design. So Rachel's like, hey, I was like, okay, so this is actually super hilarious because I probably could have done something before, but I'd spent all this time working on it. I'm like, all right, let's do it, because it was exciting for me to be put in that position where I get to do it too. So it was super great. I was very excited.
I love it. And so since we randomly had all of these circumstances happen, oh my gosh, we just kind of, oh hey, my mommy's watching. Now this is real. This is real right now.
Yeah. I can actually take my sunglasses off too. I was just trying to look very mysterious and spy master.
That's awesome. So
yeah.
Oh hey, you should pop onto your Facebook and share this real quick because
I
That
did.
way, and it's on my personal Facebook, so
I
that
did.
is where it is right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
All right, so we kind of went down this puzzle road,
Mm-hmm.
and we
Yeah.
created this website called the map.link.
Mm-hmm.
And what it has is a treasure map that we have kind of created all of these little puzzles and or different ways to interact. It's not all puzzly. Some of these are participation based, and some of them are event based because you're waiting for something to happen, or something can't happen until it has enough participation. There's a lot of different ways to interact with this. And it has been going pretty well. We launched it yesterday at 3:00, and we are doing this 3:00 Central, and we're doing this so that we can kind of answer more questions. You can get to know some of the people behind it. So on that note, Miss Kathleen, tell us, obviously, you have been talking a little bit about the education part that you have played with learning, like with teaching cryptology and all these different pieces.
Right.
What and we were just chatting about your game design resume. So how do you think your puzzling and your teaching and your game design, like, tell me about that process?
Well, teaching game design is something that I've been doing for a long time. And if you're not familiar, you can go and you want to teach game design, or you're interested in teaching game design, go to KathleenMercury.com, where I share all of my resources completely for free. Semester's worth, my whole Google Drive. Just get in there and just use it, copy it, all that. And so I'm pretty passionate about having kids solve problems. I'm pretty passionate about having kids have open-ended kind of projects where they have to come up what their answer is, not necessarily the right answer, and learn how to deal with all the struggle that comes when you have an idea and you're trying to make it a good idea. And so, that's basically, by teaching game design, I teach my kids what struggle is. But because games are fun, and when something actually manages to be fun, it's like the payoff is so much greater, I think, than a lot of other things, because it just like inherently just has that play aspect to it. So much of what I do is basically like game based, and especially, like I said earlier, when the world shut down and I had all these kids feeling so disconnected and just cut off from everybody, it's like, what can I do to have them feel connected? What can I do to bring them back together? And so that's when, wanting them to, so creating this sort of like puzzle quest so that they could, do all that. And so, especially as we're looking towards school starting in a month, not knowing what that's going to look like and how horrifying.
We can go down a rabbit hole right there.
And we're not. The thing is it's out of my control. And that's one definitely personal good thing about this, is like learning how to let go of things not under my control and still managing to like keep my little chin up and just keep plucking along, But anyway, so this fall, one of the things I'm thinking about doing is having my students design virtual escape rooms. So it's along these lines in terms of using like puzzles and all that, because the thing that I think is interesting as far as puzzles go is there is a right answer. And how do you design a puzzle that's not too hard, that's not too easy? Because that's something, especially for this puzzle quest that we talked a lot about, was, how, trying to kind of get that right, as far as where people could get the answer, have that like aha moment where it like feels great, where you figured it out. Because if it's too easy, then it's like, ugh, like people aren't necessarily as engaged. If it's too hard, then they give up, so you really got to find that kind of middle ground. And so I think that's one thing that'll be interesting, especially as far as, virtual escape rooms, because there's all kinds of online puzzles they could make, but then there's also other kinds of like real world puzzles. What if they somehow created a one-time pad using like what's on the label of a bottle of shampoo? If you have the shampoo, cool. If not, but then you could maybe find it online. You know what I mean? Like, just I'm not saying that's the answer, but so getting them to think really creatively about how you could actually create a puzzle game space that transcends like walls and rooms and country borders and stuff like that. So that's why, especially working on this puzzle quest was sort of like a really good way of just thinking about, one, how can I create, puzzles with the right answer, but then also how else can I keep using this?
Right. I think that that's been really cool to watch. For those of you guys who have not, because I actually see a lot of people on this call, like yesterday, I did a quick live stream, and it was a lot of people who were actually participating in the hunt that jumped on.
Hey, Anthony. Hey, Bree. Hey, everybody.
I know. Oh, and I will note that for whatever reason, my software, when I respond, it's not going into the Facebook chat because I'm only on read only there, but it will come across in these little pop-ups on that I am addressing it. But I see him. I just can't quite answer back on Facebook Live. So one of the cool things about yesterday is that a lot of those people were doing it with me, and they were, giving feedback and everything. But today, a lot of the people who are watching haven't actually been part of the hunt. So I will quick go back over what this is. There is
because there's prizes.
Yeah, that too.
I mean, free stuff, yo. Come on now.
I know. So we put out a video yesterday at 3 on the website, and it's also on the map.link, and it's on YouTube. So if you do watch it, you should watch it on YouTube though, because the being embedded on the map.link, it doesn't show the description box, and the description box is vital to be able to begin the hunt. So
yeah. I mean, that was one of the fun things too, was especially thinking about not just like pencil and paper puzzles, but we also didn't want them to be like too ornate paper, puzzles, because we didn't want people to have a printer if necessary. That, like if they could try to recreate it without having to print it,
Yes.
And so then what other like internet-based tools could we use to like add like fun, surprising little things to interact with and do?
Yes, I had several people saying, well, I don't have a printer. I'm like, well, it's really not really difficult to, if you want to just write it out or like color code it with markers that you have around the house. Excuse me. And then we also had what was it? Somebody didn't have a toilet paper roll. I mean, I don't know why I would mention needing a toilet paper roll right now, but they didn't have it. And so they just managed to make do with creating a tube. So there are so many different ways to interact with this hunt. It's pretty amazing. I love the variety. And yesterday I showed the entirety of the launch video, which explains how everything goes and how we should, what to expect. And then everybody headed to the description box and somehow found the password to begin. Somehow. Because I did not say overtly, this is the password to begin. We started with puzzles right off the bat. Don't judge me for not having a toilet paper roll, Nebraska. Yes, it was Kelly. She figured it out.
Well, and and that's one thing though is again with that whole figuring out what the password is and stuff like that. Like I'm always intimidated by puzzle hunts like they have at BGG and at Gen Con, because the people that I know who do those are T-Rexes of puzzle solving, and it can be really intimidating, so wanting this to be, an accessible one, and especially to give people, like I said, those like aha pops where it's like, I figured it out, you know what I mean? It's like, we need some fun surprises nowadays, some good fun surprises.
Oh, and I haven't been able to update you as to some of these shining stars that are showing themselves as this has been going. Kelly's one of them. She even said in the Discord, which we've been having a real active discussion in a specific Discord to encourage participation and hint to people. And Kelly is one of our stars that was showing she's been really helpful.
Hilko had a question. He said, where on YouTube can we find the video? Unexpected treasure hunt yields nothing.
Yes. The 524 Labs YouTube, which is, like I said, I can put it up here, but it's not going into Facebook Live as clickable. If you're on the Facebook Live, can you drop that link in there?
Oh, okay.
Because
and then Debbie Moynihan's on here. Hey, Debbie.
Yes. Oh, good. Helco found it.
Yes, good.
Awesome, cool. Awesome. And so, let's see. What was the other thing I was going to... So, you end up on the website, the map.link, and down in the corner, there is a little purple bubble. And he is an ornery bot named Stache. And if you talk to Stache, he will mouth off to you, but he will do what he's told if you tell him the right things. So, let's see. One of the things I did want to talk about was there is a participation-based puzzle where we are going to create our own virtual map. And that was one that is kind of waiting for an unlock. Once we get to a certain predetermined number of participants, then it will unlock and we'll be able to continue on by providing the correct code. So that's one. Another, there are 3 branches that you end up on, and some people got through a branch yesterday, and some people got stopped by a couple other things. I mean, man, it was so exciting to watch because in the behind the scenes, we could see the conversations that people were having with the bot.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, it was glorious.
Well, and that's even better too, because if you're now going to do this puzzle hunt, just know that whatever you tell the bot, Rachel gets to see. So
I will see. People were cussing me out. There was one person who was so irritated that by the time the bot asked what his last name was, he said annoyed. It was so amazing.
Well, and the nice thing too is in the 524 Labs Discord channel for the hashtag Unexpected Treasures 2020, in that channel, people are really helpful, but they're not necessarily they're not spilling it, they're not spoiling it. Yes. You know what I mean? Like people are like, like one guy said, I don't know, this is the only thing I will say, but he said something like that. He's like, yeah, I ignored what I thought were typos, period.
Yes.
They were not typos.
No, they're not.
So, I mean, and that's one thing too. It's like, because one of the big things that we wanted was we wanted this to feel like some sort of treasure hunt where you were going somewhere, but we also wanted the idea behind this was hiding in plain sight, that how could we have people find answers to these puzzles that were actually maybe more in front of you, or at least could be in front of you, so depending.
Right. So, yeah. I had several people say, oh, by the way, this is showing up and I expected this to show up. And I go, that's weird.
Yeah. It's like when my students ask me where the stapler is in my classroom, and I'm like, I don't know. And then they look at me, I'm like, what? I didn't move it. Go look, Yeah, weird. You gotta find the stapler. I mean, and that's one thing too, because I think for any game designer, your great fear is that you haven't play tested something enough to where it's just straight up broken, but right. The nice thing is with it, luckily that hasn't seemed to happen yet, but right. The other thing is, because this is online, if there is some sort of giant catastrophic problem, it's on live and it's live, but we can go in and fix it, so there is that little bit of pressure release, as far as this go, in terms of creating this, constructing it, building it, planning it, running it, that if something super catastrophic happens, we can fix it.
That is absolutely true, and happened yesterday. While we were watching things go through, we went, wait a second, how did that person get through that so fast? And then we went and looked, and one of the conditionals had been set to any instead of all.
Oh.
So we're like, oh, yeah, you got through there, but we're going to fix that now. And then the funny part is we knew his teammate, and she hadn't put it in yet. So he ended up having to sit there and work with his teammate on it to get all of it right instead of just the one. because
That's
she
funny.
couldn't get through. It was so funny how we're like, oh, plug that leak. Oh, now you got to do it anyway.
Right. Right. I mean, and that's one thing too, because we didn't have any like limitations as far as like, how many people that you had to do it on your own. Like there's no way to control for that. And honestly, like didn't have any interest in that. You know what I mean? So yeah, there's people working together on it. There's people who are like, nope, leave me alone. I'm on my own, so that's super fun too, just because. And again, part of the idea behind this we're still kind of in quarantine,
Yeah. It's a way to be with people without being with people. And it's a way to be able to do things that are new and different and fun that you wouldn't necessarily be doing. I mean, Kelly was like, I'm doing a crafting project right now. Why am I crafting? I mean, hey. And then she was also wonderfully irritated that she had to go find some of her mint games to get them out to do something. And
what?
I was like,
the mint games are somehow used in this project?
Weird.
That's weird.
And then I just casually reminded people that, those are also on the internet. Nobody has to own any mint games to participate. You just got to go find them. Because we have been very specific to keep all of our stuff out there for free as long as you know where to look.
Right. And I think that's another thing too, because, especially like as like a fun thing to sort of celebrate what you guys are, who you guys are and what you're doing and what you're trying to do, to like slap a paywall in the middle of it would be no fun for anybody. So yes, absolutely.
The only barriers are like signups for places that you can then discontinue afterwards. I know it's a pain to have new logins places, but hey, I can't make it super easy. And like we were talking about earlier, we want it to be hard enough that it keeps your interest, but easy enough that you don't quit. And I think that Kathleen has done an amazing job hitting the sweet spot.
Thank you. Well, and it's funny too, like even thinking about it, because one of the things that I've just been working on weird is promo card for MintWorks, one of the AIs, just no reason. And no, I don't know why. But the thing is I found actually, because when I had played MintWorks with myself and with students, I always just really enjoyed just fun, fast, really teaches kids about worker placement, which is one of my favorite mechanics. And but playing all the AIs, and I've really never been a solo gamer before, but in playing all the AIs, I've really just a whole new approach to gaming, and I had so much fun with it. And so then when it came to like, what would I do, for my own sort of promo card, and then that was when it was like, okay, like I knew I wanted to go big. I'm not a delicate angel. I know, like, I always say my spirit animal is a rhino, big and stupid, and I run until I hit something. So kind of, like that. And so I just went big and started with like a super big, crazy idea, and then got it to where I'm like, oh, this actually kind of works. Like, that's kind of exciting. Awesome. So that's super fun. But the thing is especially, again, looking towards the upcoming school year. But the thing is I can get, because you guys put all your stuff out there for free, I can get MintWorks as a free PNP, which means I can have it for my students, which means I can have my students design an AI promo that they can play test by themselves. So it's not just me versus me in a game where they're trying to play test their own game. It's actually you against somebody else. And so even doing that gave me ideas in terms of how I could bring it back to my students. So that's super exciting too.
Awesome. And yes, I'm not going to hold this secret. This is going to be a Miss Kathleen promo that is exclusive to this event. No one else will have this gorgeous, amazing person in promo form unless you find the treasure. So that right there is enough to get everybody watching this to want to get to the end, because it's going to be so cool. I love it.
Sign them. Yeah. No, and it was a really fun design challenge. I've never done a solo mode, and actually for one of my games that's under contract, called me up and they're like, hey, we want a solo mode, not just because of what's happening right now, but just there's a lot of people who love to play games solo. So just a whole other new avenue of game design. This kind of opened up for me in terms of like what I was trying to do. It is cool. You know, like, I mean, I always call myself a hedge witch of game design, you know, like, it just learning things along the way and just kind of seeing what works. So like, it's just like a puzzle hunt is now in my wheelhouse, and, you know, and like solo games and, you know, all this stuff, promo, how can I add to a brand, be consistent with the brand, but then, you know, sort of add something new and different to it, you know, like all those different things have been super fun for me along the way with this.
That's so cool. Well, I want to make sure that we take the time to Q&A anybody who is asking like how to get involved, how to if they are stuck on one and they don't know what to do, or what they should do if they start playing and they do get stuck. We did teach Stache how to help people too, by the way. And again, in that Discord, they're so good about helping and reminding people, oh, hey, Aaron! And they remind people that you can ask Stache for help, and he will tell you how to get to Discord, how to get to BGG, and something else that might help you. So there you go. But first things first, you have to watch the video to start on the YouTube channel, and then using the description box, you will go from there to start the process and the initial puzzle, and then you will go and find Stache and tell him the right answer, hopefully. Otherwise, he gets real mouthy.
Well, and that was the funny thing too, because it was like when we were thinking about like, okay, how do we return, you know, people's responses? They get puzzle, they get answer. What's the process that we're going to use to sort of kick and push that back? And so that's when, you know, especially with the bot, there's all kinds of stuff that goes on in the back end in terms of programming. Rachel sent me a screenshot of what she's working on. She's like, I never want to be a programmer.
Ever. Hours and hours.
But you know, like, but that was an important part of this, because we wanted people to feel like it was interactive, and especially if you're working with something that like has a personality and all that other stuff, it takes it could have been a lot more transactional, you know what I mean? Good job, you have completed that, human, you know.
Yes.
Just another thing, just trying to, you know, show people that we want you to be having as much fun with this as we are. Absolutely.
Somebody sent a screenshot and said, I told it the wrong thing, and it said, ha, nope. and he goes, no need to laugh at me. This is so rude.
Oh my God, that'd be so funny. Like, did you have your kids help you come up with sassy responses? Because
that's all from right here. That's all. And wait, I'm Nebraska. Those are my nephews and nieces.
Right. Sorry, I say crazy things sometimes. I forget. You look so much alike.
Yes, I know, the twinning. And yesterday when we were watching the playback live, there was 3 of us on screen. And somebody's like, wait, triplets? It was real odd having three of me on there. So
yeah. That's super fun. And I do love the name Nebraska Blaske. That just kept making me laugh.
Every time. Well, is there anything... I don't think we have a ton of people that have been working on the puzzles, but we've had probably 30 or 40 in the first day. And then those people got through quite a few of the puzzles, even though it took quite a bit of time. I would say... we had some clear leaders that kind of blew through. And James Olson, he's got to be part robot or something. I don't know. Like, he knew every single thing. That's what I was going to say about Kelly earlier. She said that she's leading the way, and it's because she said that she's been doing virtual escape rooms every week this whole summer, and she's like, I had perfect training.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, I need to start doing that too. Well, and actually we need to give a shout out to Matthew.
Oh, absolutely.
Because go ahead.
Matt is I did mention yesterday on the live stream, Matt is an amazing puzzle master who's also behind the scenes here. Also has helped with some of the Stache programming. He's just kind of a jack of all trades that put a lot of work. He did a lot of the words, like the behind the scenes like storytelling of it too.
Oh yeah, but like an amazing puzzle master. Like there was one type of puzzle where he, you know, like in terms of wanting different types of puzzles for people, and he suggested this one type in particular, and I was like, yes. And he's like, I love to make these. I was like, yes. So I mean, most assuredly, he definitely had, I don't remember what the total number is, but it doesn't matter. He had a huge impact on the number of puzzles and stuff like that. So I think Matthew is kind of sort of publicity shy, which is why he's just going by the enigmatic, you know, singular name Matthew.
Yes, but I know he's so quiet.
But Matthew, we love you and we appreciate you, and it was so fun to work with you on this.
Absolutely awesome. Oh, and Kelly is saying that her friend was writing them at Calibrock escape rooms on Facebook. So if you Google sites and forums, it's Google sites and forums, but fun themes and puzzles. So I guess look those up.
Yeah, send them my way, man, for sure. Not kidding, because who knows what's going to happen this fall or in a month.
We are going to be even more creative. That is just by necessity how it's going to happen.
Right. Well, and that's the thing too, you know, especially like when my students were kind of down, you know, in the very beginning about this, I'm like, you guys, you know, we're going to be okay, right? You know, we're going to get through this. Like over the course of human history, you know, this is a blip, but this is one that we are as best suited to manage.
Right.
Questionable sometimes, but like we can get through this, you know, and it's all about ingenuity, creativity, problem solving. One of the things that was really helpful to me when John Krasinski was doing his Some Great News.
Oh, yeah.
And there's the one graduation episode. And so all these kids had questions. He's like, I'm not really qualified, but here's Oprah and here's Steven Spielberg. And I was like, I mean, I was like in tears, you know, like watching this. It was so amazing and stuff like that. But, you know, but there's some really, if you haven't seen that episode, it's really worth watching, especially when they're giving advice to kids, you know, and it's, and, you know, and talking about, you know, it's creativity. There's some terrible loss happening, but this is also a great moment for us to really, you know, dig in deep.
Yes.
And how creativity and ingenuity and hard work will save the day. So that's, you know, I mean, honestly, what I'm trying to do with my kids is teaching them, you know, creativity, ingenuity, you know, to solve problems. And, you know, obviously I'm like, hey, let's have fun with this too. But, you know, giving kids that confidence, giving adults that confidence, if I can, you know, to take on these problems and solve it and go for it. You know, I mean, that's my jam, you know, so it's all very exciting. Yes.
Well, we are.
It doesn't take much for me to like get excited about all this.
Oh, I know. This is just such a fun project. This is someone, you know, was just talking about it, and I said, I have never designed a game, so this is probably one of the coolest things I've ever been a part of, and I love that it is, you know, helping people exercise their brains, reach out for help. Really enjoying being a part of the community aspect. It's just really brightened my whole weekend, even though it was a lot of work. And no joke, we were coding Stache up to 259 yesterday. I mean, not even kidding. 259. Justin and we're like, quick, hit publish.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
So I'm just really enjoying it. I'm glad everybody is having a good time, and I hope more and more people take advantage of it. I announced it yesterday on a couple of our Kickstarter updates, and anybody who wants to share this and tell more people, it's just been really fun to interact and have something really positive that people can work through to work their mind, and hopefully you get to the end and you get some really cool prizes.
Right.
Prizes. So I am probably going to throw up the schedule. Hopefully you'll still be able to hear us. I tried to fix that from yesterday, but let me see. I know you can still hear me, but I don't think you can hear Kathleen.
Boogers.
Oh, wait, no, she can. Yeah, we can hear you. All right. So coming
Glad
up,
that's all I said.
boogers. So coming up on Monday, we're gonna do this kind of jam again. Let me see. Monday, and it'll be a little bit later. I know that this is real early for some of our European friends. 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern on Monday evening. It also has all of our information up there in terms of social media. And again, social media is probably is going to have a bit of a moment here regarding the map. Whenever we hit the correct amount of people that have participated with the map puzzle, that I am probably going to be putting it up on Facebook, what the actual code is. So facebook.com/524labs, same on Instagram and Twitter. And then we have the YouTube, we have our YouTube channel up there, along with the Discord invite. The Discord invite is proving to be incredibly important. And then Board Game Geek is on there if that's your jam. We tried to be accessible to anybody who wanted to play. And that's pretty much what it is.
Yeah, and I haven't really said anything too much on the Discord channel, except one point people were like fussing about something. I just commented, "Moo ha 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 ha." That was me being helpful. I gave you lots of other stuff to play with.
Awesome. Oh, good. And Alan just joined. Let's see. Oh, Simon forgot to eat his breakfast this morning. That's how into the puzzles he was.
That's kind of awesome.
That's wonderful. Oh my goodness. That's so fantastic. And another friend, he said that he's been dealing with some personal stuff, and he's like, this is a really nice distraction just to be able to really pour my mental energy into something. Alan, you can go to the map.link. That has all of the stuff to get started, but the actual embedded video on there, you're going to want to go watch it on YouTube because the links in the description box are key. That is the point there. So, not early in Sweden. This one started at 11 p.m. for us, so you'll miss out on Monday. Oh, okay, got it. Hey.
I've been to Stockholm and Katrineholm. It's gorgeous.
Ooh. I need to go to Scandinavia. We had a Scandinavian exchange student from Norway, and he posted some pictures on Instagram of a camping trip he went on recently, and it is the 4 pictures that I have just now decided I am going to Norway at some point soon because it's now on my bucket list because it was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
Did you know in the 1970s version of Charlie's Angels that when the angels spoke to each other in their secret language, it was Finnish?
Ooh.
There you go.
Now that's something you know, people. That's probably going to be puzzly or something. Who knows?
Yeah. Just be glad that I didn't have you do puzzles where you had to answer in Finnish.
Yeah, we only
know Finnish. Hey, Google Translate.
Yeah, you can't Google Translate the one language that we did use in a puzzle.
Yeah. So, yeah, we just hope you guys have so much fun playing with this puzzle quest and seeing where it goes out. And I'm going to actually email all my students with it too and let them know about the live thing too, because,
Awesome. And this live stream will be up on the YouTube channel afterwards, so you guys can go back and reference things or just laugh at us. That's fine too.
Also fine. Fair.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you. I really appreciate your time. I hope that you are enjoying this, and I know I am, and I will be in the Discord to continue teasing everyone and acting like I'm gonna give them a hint and not. And I will we'll leave the chat up for a couple seconds here afterwards, but everybody else have a good evening.
Bye.